I bet we're all familiar with the scripture that says when they shall say peace and safety, that we've all been taught that that means there's going to be a time of peace and safety just prior to destruction. What if I told you that's not what it means? Now, I know I just lost half you. Steve, wait a minute. That scripture says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. That must mean there's going to be a period of time of peace and safety. Before I address that, I want to tell you one thing. I have a video on my other channel I put up about a week ago or so of my wife and I. The video's called, Can God Bless America? There's only been a couple hundred views, but then there's only a couple hundred subscribers over there. Folks, go watch the video if you want to watch it. I mean, you're watching this video, and there's going to be a whole lot more views here. There's a video on the other channel. I'll put a link in the description area, and I might even make a comment and give you a direct link to it. But subscribe to that channel. I don't want to, every time I put a video over on the other channel, tell you here, hey, folks, there's a video on the other channel. Subscribe to it, and subscribe to this channel, too. Like the video and so forth and so on if you feel like it. Let's get to it. So the scripture says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as woman with child, and they shall not escape. Folks, I have a question for you, and just take a step back. Forget everything you've been taught. I'm going to ask a question to you. Why are they going to say peace and safety? What is that stemming from? Right? Why are they saying it? What's making them say it? Is it because there's a period of time of peace and safety and everybody's going to run around saying, hey, there's peace and safety? I mean, is that what that kind of means? Or is it stemming from something else? Could they be saying peace and safety be stemming because there's an unrest, perhaps chaos? Folks, let me tell you something. Listen to me. When there's peace and safety, like during the Trump administration, we weren't going to war, and there wasn't a lot of defund the police and a lot of anarchy and thievery and all that stuff. We weren't running around saying, hey, there's peace and safety. But it wasn't until the Biden administration came in that now we realized what we no longer have, right? And now we are beginning to say, whoa, hey, let's have some peace and safety. I can't prove it to you that way, but I can tell you this is biblical, folks. Listen to me. Not only have prophets that I'm aware of, the true prophets that I'm aware of, one being John Paul Jackson, he said,
and I'm going, oh my goodness, Lord. He said, my people are going to cry out to me. I said, when? And he says, it will keep getting darker until they do. Come on. It will keep getting darker until they do.
We're going to enter into a period of time where there's wars and rumors of wars. But it doesn't go away, folks. That actually escalates into nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and that's all followed by a whole lot of other things that are more catastrophic. I'm trying to tell you there is no period of time where everything all of a sudden becomes peace and safety. I'm telling you the reason people are saying peace and safety, that's literally going to be a cry because of the need for peace and safety due to the unrest and the chaos that we're already starting to see in some ways. Let me give you something. Here's what I want you to look for as it pertains to Israel and America. This is on the horizon. It's already beginning to happen, and I want you to see this. What to look for. Israel is at war. You're all aware of this. It happened because of October 7th and all the catastrophic, horrific attacks that they experienced upon their people. Israel is determined not to stop, regardless of what the United States or any UN resolution ceasefire may say. They've come out so much as said they're not going to stop.
I would like to tell you that this battle will continue until victory. It is not going to end. These are not vain words. Let's eliminate Hamas. There is no alternative.
And why aren't they going to stop? Well, for good reason, folks. They've had what far exceeded our 9/11. Our 9/11 was bad. But not only percentages-wise was their attack via Hamas greater than what we received, but in the manner in which they were killed wasn't just I mean, I know falling to your death, I'm talking 9/11 was bad. But I think I'd prefer to fly to my death And some of the things that I'm not going to mention, I don't believe anymore, of what happened to the Israelis via Hamas is so horrific that stuff that I mentioned on the channel, showed some news reports that I'm not even going to get into because it became so hideous, so evil. If you want to look things like that up, you can. I'm just telling you, what they experienced is far greater than what we went through on our 9/11. And could you imagine somebody telling us we're not going to go eradicate the enemy that attacked us after 9/11? Yet that's what people are trying to do to them right now, and they're not going to stop. They've said as much. Watch Israel eradicate. And therein lies the danger, folks. They're going to eradicate, as far as they can take it, any Hamas member. And they're not going to stop. And I'm going to tell you, Iran, because Hamas is backed by Iran, and the Middle East, who doesn't like Israel to begin with, are not going to put up with it. They're not going to allow it to go completely all the way to the end. Though it's going to look like that they're going to achieve their goal. And what is the goal? What is the end game? Listen to me. Right now, the reason Israel, not just because of a matter of principle that they should go after Hamas, but because it would happen again. You all know this has never stopped. This continues to happen to them every year, not at this magnitude, but they're constantly having rockets and terrorist attacks upon that nation. What is the end game? Peace and safety. Did you get this? The purpose of them trying to eradicate every Hamas person is so that they can have peace and safety. Therein is the need. And I'm telling you, it's going to become tangible. It's going to look like that it's attainable, that they're going to receive that, they're going to get peace and safety in the end, and it's almost going to be there. Now, I'm not saying they can't eradicate every member there is. They might, and then if they make it that far, then it's really on. But I'm saying it's going to look like, in fact, some of you are going to begin to think, this war is just going to come and go. This is going to go away. It's going to be something for the history books, really for the history books, but it's going to end, and Israel is going to make it. And I want you to be aware of that thought. The minute you begin to think that, and the more it looks like peace and safety is attainable, are you catching what I'm saying? The more it looks that way to you, the closer we are and they are to ultimate destruction. And I've explained how that works. Are you getting what I'm saying? As you begin to think, it's just going away, Israel's going to, achieve their goal, they're going to have their peace and safety, therein lay the danger. Now I'm going to tell you, so I want you to watch for that. Now I want you to watch what's going to happen here in America. It's not, the idea of peace and safety isn't going to end there. It'll also be here too. In fact, it has already begun on the campaign trail. What are the candidates beginning to say? Law and order, peace and safety. Why? Again, because there's peace and safety? No, they're saying it because it's just the opposite. They're making it a part of their presidential promises, folks. So you'll begin to hear and will hear law and order, peace and safety, which, by the way, are all interchangeable, and the presidential campaign candidates are already saying it, including Trump.
For 4 straight years under the Trump administration, I kept America safe, I kept Israel safe, and I kept the entire world safe. We were safe. We had nothing. This is shocking, what's going on. What's going on now is shocking. But I will use everything I can, every single power at my disposal, including sending as many federal law enforcement assets as required to restore safety and peace.
I need you to get this, folks. What does that mean? It's just a coincidence, Steve. Is it? Let me say first off, I don't believe in coincidences, folks. When I say it's a coincidence, I'm generally kind of saying, yeah, right, sure. I don't believe in it. There's too many things right now culminating. I want you, the more you hear this, And the more we begin to believe we're going to bring in a president, I don't care what person's campaigning with this as their theme, it's going to be achievable. We're going to get, as long as we get Trump back into office, we're going to have our peace and safety. Whoa! I know I'm getting crazy. I'm telling you, I have a prophetic word by the Spirit that I hope I get to say in the next couple months. It is a thus saith the Lord and happened by an encounter, and I want you all to hear it. We are not headed where you think we're headed, though people are prophesying already. Trump's going to be back in. Peace and safety. That's dangerous. I want you to see the videos that are to come. I got another one that's going to be out within the next week. I hope I can get it up the next week. You're not going to want to miss some things that are ahead of us, folks. Go watch the other video on the other channel. Look for more to come. Until next time, take care and God bless.